Senior Capital Engineer for the City of Federal Way, and I'm presenting at this time the Southwest 320th Preservation Project. So I need to go to this right here and share. There we go. So this is the Southwest 320th Street Preservation Project 30% Design Report. So the policy question is, should the City Council authorize staff to continue to design the Southwest 320th Street Preservation 11th Avenue Southwest, the Third Place Southwest project, and return to LETC and Council for bid authorization and further reports. Financial impacts. The cost of the city for the Southwest 320th Street Preservation Project is included within the approved budget under the Public Works Capital Project number 214. In accordance with the approved budget, this item is funded through MVET funds. Staff will be applying for additional FHW funds this summer to take advantage of projects that were not able to obligate in the current time period and want to make this project construction ready in case funds become available. Upon completion of the Southwest 320th Street Preservation Project, no other costs are anticipated. Funding requirements for operations and maintenance of infrastructure is reviewed and adjusted as required during the budget process. So background information, the Southwest 320th Street Preservation Project was approved for design at the March 17, 2020 Council to make this project construction ready to take advantage of possible grant opportunities this summer. This is a vicinity map that's showing the area location between, again, on 320th Street between 11th Avenue South and Third Place South. And this was the vicinity map we used for the grant. So progress to date, this project designed at 30%. Ongoing tasks is preliminary contract specifications, project designed at 85%, and environmental documentation approval. Estimated expenditures including design, 2021 construction costs, contingency and construction management by city staff are $978,000. And available funding is also matching that amount of $978,000, including the federal grant that we're going to be applying for and the MVET funds which we currently have. So the funding summary is, as we proceed with the project design, the total project cost will be refined and presented to the committee and council the 85% design completion status report for further action. Staff anticipates bidding this project in the fall of 2020 with Southwest 356th Street as a tied bid unless we are not able to get funding for this project, in which case this project will be shelved until funds become available. Construction is anticipated to commence in the spring of 2021 with an estimated substantial completion date of October 2021. So the options considered are authorize staff to proceed with design of the Southwest 320th Street Preservation 11th Avenue Southwest, the Third Place Southwest project, and return to LETC and Council for bid authorization and further reports, or 2, do not authorize staff to proceed with design of the Southwest 320th Street Preservation 11th Avenue Southwest, the Third Place Southwest project, and provide direction to staff. The mayor recommends forwarding option 1 to the April 21, 2020 City Council consent agenda for approval. And I'm available for any questions.
John, thank you for the presentation. It sounds pretty straightforward.
I need to unshare, right?
Committee members, are there any questions?
No question from me.
Yeah. Committee members, any questions? Okay.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes.
Why aren't you going all the way up to First Avenue?
Because it was overlaid down to that location in a previous overlay. So we're matching up to the extent of the previous overlays that were out there.
Okay, thanks.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to forward option 1 to the April 21st, 2020 consent agenda for approval.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councilmember Tran. Thank you, Councilmember Moore. Unless there's any further discussion, I entertain. Let's go ahead and vote. It's like I haven't done this before.
All in favor, say aye.
All in favor? Say
Aye.
Very good. All right, motion carries unanimously. All right, John, you're still up. Second issue is the Southwest 356th Street Preservation 30% design status.
Thank you, Chair Kopang and council members. And let me bring up that one. Okay. This is the Southwest 356th Street Preservation, 15th Avenue Southwest, 4th Place Southwest, 30% design report. And I'll apologize up front for a lot of similarities from the last report. Policy question is, should the City Council authorize staff to continue to design the Southwest 356th Street Preservation, 15th Avenue Southwest, the 4th Place Southwest project, and return to LETC and Council for bid authorization and further reports? Financial impacts. The cost of the city for the Southwest 356th Street Preservation Project was included within the approved budget under the Public Works Capital Project number 215. In accordance with the approved budget, this item is funded by a grant from FHWA in the amount of $810,000 and the remainder from REIT and MVET funds. Upon completion of the Southwest 356th Street Preservation Project, no other costs are anticipated. Funding requirements for operations and maintenance of infrastructure is reviewed and adjusted as required during the budget process. So background information, under the 2019 National Highway System Asset Management Competition, the city was awarded grant funding for the overlay and ADA retrofit of Southwest 356th Street on 15th Avenue Southwest, 4th Place Southwest. And our vicinity map of that project location. Progress to date, we had a topographic survey and project design at 30%. Ongoing tasks are preliminary contract specifications, project design to 85%, and environmental documentation approval. So estimated expenditures, design 100 and construction costs, contingency and construction management come to $1,469,800. Available funding with the grant, MVET, and REIT funds totals $1,384,000. So we currently have a shortfall of $85,800. As we proceed with project design, the total cost will be refined and presented to committee and council at the 5% design completion status report for further action. Option consider authorize staff to proceed with the design of the Southwest 356th Street Preservation, 15th Avenue Southwest, 4th Place Southwest project, and return to LETC and council for bid authorization and further reports, or do not authorize staff to proceed with design of Southwest 356th Street Preservation, 15th Avenue Southwest, 4th Place Southwest project, and provide direction to staff. So the mayor recommendation, the mayor recommends forwarding option 1 to the April 21, 2020 City Council consent agenda for approval. Questions on this one?
Mr. Chair?
John, thank you for the presentation. Committee members, any questions?
Yes, Mr. Chair. This is
Yes,
Councilor Moore.
Councilor Moore.
Okay. John, he went away.
I'm here.
No, he's not.
Oh, no, he's in the middle. John, or Jeff, I apologize.
It's
No, it's
John.
John.
No,
John, I'm sorry. It just says Jeff on your screen. I apologize. When you say a budget shortfall, can you walk me through that again?
Okay, well, when we made an estimated amount for the grant, we based it on a general outlay of budget, based on this many, this distance of street. It's basically almost a square yardage cost of an estimate. So we haven't refined that budget down to the exact numbers. So for the length of road that we have, we come up with boom for a cost, just based on the length and the area that we're taking over. So that's why we come up with a slightly larger amount than that we did able to get with the grant. Again,
Okay.
we're going to be able to go into there. We're going to look at, there's things that we may not be able to improve or think we may be able to cut out of the budget. Say if we could cut some sidewalk repair or something that out and get ourselves within the budget pretty easily on something like this. So I don't see us having any real extent. It'll just be the extent of the repairs that we end up doing probably on the sidewalks that'll make the difference on this.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions?
I have a question.
Okay. Council President Honda.
Could you please show the map again of where this is?
Okay, no problem. Let me see
Thank
where
you.
I got to start it. I got it back up, reopen it just a second. Where was it? Just working on it, sorry. And then share. Oh, got it. Where did it go? I'm not finding it. Where did it
Okay.
go? Hold on a
Never
second,
mind.
just a second. Yeah, you can go back to that other page. Oh, there it is. Oh, hold on.
Ooh.
Hey,
There you go. Okay, I'm back up.
thanks.
Let's see. Hey, there's our project map.
Okay. Thank you. I was just wondering if it was going down by the Hylabus.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No, that's
Sorry for all that
between
work.
First and Pack High. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, the price tag on that one, I think, would be a little bit higher, wouldn't it?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
There's
Yeah,
more down
yeah.
there to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Okay.
Chair-
Unless we
Chair-
have any additional questions,
Chair
I would
Copang.
entertain. Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Councilmember Coachmar. Thank you.
Thank you. I
Your
think
mic
at
wasn't
some
on.
point, that's okay. At some point, I think we need to discuss, obviously this is a large grant from the Federal Highway Administration, but we're using MVET and REIT funds to supplement that grant. At some point with projects in the future, it's probably a FEDERAC question. We're probably going to need to discuss what revenue we have coming into the city before we take on more projects. I'm just throwing that out there. I think it's something we need
Yeah.
to discuss in the future.
I think that's a very reasonable discussion to have, and I'm sure we will. At 30%, I think we're really just moving the ball forward. I think at 85%, we'll have a lot more certainty around at least how things are being impacted by the COVID-19 shutdowns we've experienced temporarily. So,
Yeah.
but I think
Thank
that's
you.
a good point. Yeah, thank you, Councilmember Coachmar. Okay, unless there's any additional questions, do I have a motion?
Yes. I will move. I move to forward option 1 to the April 21st, 2020 consent agenda for approval.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you. Motion and a second. Any additional questions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Okay.
That was suspenseful.
Thank you.
Okay, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, John.
All right, this time Jeff will be in the
Now we
picture that
move
says
on
Jeff.
to, let's see. Yeah, okay. So item D is the 2020 pavement repair project bid award, and Jeff Hahn is going to be presenting. Jeff, thank you.
Sal, how do you turn on the windows? I mean,
Appreciate everybody's flexibility. We're obviously learning as we go here. So, Jeff, thank you. We'll all be pros, and then hopefully by the time we're pros, we won't need to do this anymore.
all right. Good evening, Chair Copang, committee members, council members. My name is Jeff Hahn. I'm the capital engineer for the City of Federal Way, and I'm presenting the 2020 pavement repair project bid award to committee. The question before committee is whether to forward to council the award of the 2020 pavement repair project to the lowest responsible bidder. 3 bids were received and reviewed on March 25th, 2020 for the 2020 pavement repair project. The lowest responsible bidder is Maintenance of Washington with a total bid of $151,556. The available funding for the 2020 pavement repair project is $190,000 using 101 streets funding. The total estimate project cost is $190,000, which includes estimated subtotal construction costs, 5% construction contingency, and engineer and construction administration. The options presented to committees are: 1, award the 2020 pavement repair project to Pavement Maintenance of Washington, the lowest responsible bidder, in the amount of $151,556 and approve a 5% construction contingencies of $7,578 for a total of $159,134 and authorize the mayor to execute a contract. 2, reject the bids for the 2020 pavement repair project and direct staff to rebid the project and return to committee for further action. The mayor recommends forwarding option 1 to April 21st, 2020 City Council consent agenda for approval. And staff is available for any questions you may have.
Jeff, thank you for the presentation. Committee members, do you have any questions?
Not from me, thank you.
Okay. Jeff,
Not
if
at
you
this
could
time.
unshare.
I have a question.
Okay. Deputy Mayor or Council President Honda.
Whoever I am. Why is there not a 10% contingency and just a 5%? Was that to make the budget work out?
This is a pavement repair project.
Right?
We're not gonna run deeper than 3 inches, so we may not run into a lot of obstruction and obstructions. So that's why we're using 5% rather than 10%.
Okay.
Yeah, that's become pretty customary for those projects.
So Chair Copen, can I jump in on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Council President, we, for the last 7-8 years, have been using a 5% contingency for repave projects as opposed to a 7 to 10% for new construction. So that has been what we've been doing for quite a while now.
Didn't we run into some problems last year with one of the roads that you had to go deeper or
On
something?
330, we did on 336. That's the one time in the last,
Okay.
like I said, I'd have to go back and look. It's 7-8 years where we have run into problems. Given that it's been one occurrence in all of the projects we've done, I don't think it's necessarily worthy of a discussion to change that just yet. But certainly if that trend continues, we need to have a conversation about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
There we all are. Okay. Are there any additional questions? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to forward option 1 to the April 21st, 2020 consent agenda for approval.
Thank you,
I'll
Councilmember Tran. Do I have a second? Thank you,
Yes, you
Councilmember
do.
Moore. Any additional, unless there's any additional questions, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Jeff.
All right, thank you.
On to the last item of business on our agenda, which is the acceptance of the professional services contract for the Housing Action Plan. And I believe we're going to have either Brian Davis or Doc Hanson.
That would be me. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. Thank you.
All right. And can you see my screen okay with the PowerPoint?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Brian,
thank
thank you. We can see it.
All right, very good. I don't have a camera, so I'm just double checking. So this presentation, first of all, thank you, Councilmember Kopeng, members of the committee and other council members. This is a proposal for selecting a consultant for our housing action plan. So as background, we applied for a $100,000 grant from Commerce to complete a housing action plan. And at your 2nd November meeting, the council accepted the funds. We therefore went out for RFPs in January and received 5 proposals. And of those 5, we scored Burke Consulting as the highest scoring of those bidders. And we have developed the scope of work with them. So the options that you have are to accept the contract between Burke and the city, or to not accept the contract. And the mayor recommends that you accept it. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Brian. Committee members, any questions?
Nope.
No, any questions from the rest of the council? All right, hearing none. Do I have a motion?
I move to forward the proposed agreement to the April 21st, 2020 consent agenda for approval.
Second.
Thank you. Very good. Any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Well, that actually concludes the agenda. Is there anything else for the good of the order that needs to be discussed?
No, we'll do
Hearing
this all again
nothing,
tomorrow.
The next Land Use Transportation Yes, the next Land Use Transportation Committee meeting will be held May 4th, 2020, 5 p.m. Hopefully in City Hall Council chambers. If not, we'll do it virtually like we did this meeting. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Thomas.
Good night.
Thank you, staff.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Have a good night, all.
Good night.